Hey YouTube, here is my first custom build computer system that I happily did myself. Actually, I can't believe it that I actually built my own first computer. I was originally going to videotape myself putting it together, but I decided against it. I just wanted to concentrate on building the system, but this is the finished product. I did sort of go high-end. You don't have to go that crazy. I went with the thermal take level 10 GT Snow Edition case, as you can see there. I'll try to get that in the shot. Thermal take. Has 4 different drive bays, as you can see here. I'll eject this. It's just a basic DVD drive. I'm going to be getting a Blu-ray drive here next week sometime to have a second drive. Down here is for your memory cards and such. If you wanted to. This here is an actual, it's hard to see, but it's a lock. I'll get the key for you. Here's the key. Little tiny key guy here, and this unlocks these 5 hot swap bay hard drive bays. These are all hot swap bays here, 5 of them. I only have one, and mine's in the third. I have a 3 terabyte hard drive, Hitachi hard drive, 7200 RPM. So that's the hard drive bays. I guess I could unlock it for you to give you a look what it does. I don't want to unlock the one that's in there right now. My PC may explode. But here's number 1. You just push this button right here and pull that out. That's where your hard drive goes. It fits both 2.5, 3.5 hard drives. Actually, you can see that. I don't know if you probably can't see that, but there's my hard drive that's actually in there in the third bay. But there's number 1. Click it in like that. Done. Whoops! Just knocked off the headphone thing. We'll put that back on. That's for headphones. I have to get some better headphones before I videotape those. I don't want to be thoroughly embarrassed how pathetic my little headphones are. Here at the top we have 2 USB 3 connections, an eSATA connection port up front. Here's high-low fan. I got it on high right now, but then it also has an LED feature. Let me show you this. You can see inside my little window here that Intel, that's my CPU processing. It's just a stock processing fan that came with the CPU. That is a hex core CPU, X990 Extreme. Again, I went overboard. And that's why it's such a, but you can see these blue, but it also switches. I can make it turn green. If I let me start from scratch, that should be off. I don't know if this is all screwed for some reason, but anyway, you can see how it changes colors like that inside. Different colors, you can make it red, blue, green, chasing, all kinds of crazy things. Lately I've been having it off, but it seems like there's something going on. I don't know if I've got to reset the computer or what, but I've never seen this do this before. That's off, that one, so the blue one on the big front fan turns off. Anyway, more about the case. The reason I'm mainly doing this video is because I haven't seen a lot of these cases online being actually videotaped or anyone buying them to actually do a custom build. That's why I'm doing one for any of those of you who were thinking about getting this case. I would get it. It's worth it. It's, like I say, it's pretty pricey compared to most cases, but it's still under $300. And the features that it has is one of the best features I've seen, possibly. It's based on, I guess, the original level 10 GT that I believe was made by the Japanese. It's like an $800 tower. This is loosely based on that design, that concept, which is $800 case is a little bit ridiculous. But let me take you inside here a second of my system. Here's a big fan that of course you've seen. It's got little louvers on it, so you can make the fan direction go up, down, whatever you want to do. You can see this big, like 200 millimeter fan. There's another big 200 millimeter at the top up here that you get. This whole case, incidentally, is prepped for liquid cool. It's liquid cool ready. So if those of you who use liquid cooling, you got it. And I'm going to turn on another light here real quick, see if I can see this a little bit better. Give you a little bit better look here. First off, the motherboard I have is the Asus Rampage 3 Black Edition. You can see the Republic of Gamers up light there. I've got 12 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance memory. That's going to be up to 24 gigabytes here in about another week. I have the Asus GTX 580 video card. I also would like to upgrade that to the Matrix GTX 580. Ultimately, I'd like to upgrade it to the Mars 2, but that's a little bit out of my price range at this point. But if that's the ultimate card that I want to get. Here's the Thunderbolt that comes along with the Asus Rampage 3 Black Edition. It's a Thunderbolt. It's a Ethernet card. It's an internet card and audio card in one. It just gives you better, more extreme online gaming connection and audio. I really haven't tapped into that a whole lot yet. I'm just doing mainly just basic things at this point. Here's my Corsair AX 1200 power supply. I want to have as much power as I can possibly get, so it just allows me to expand, in the future. I see this thing, the case itself, I believe, comes with 4 fans. I added a 5th one, this Cooler Master down here, just 140. It puts out like, I don't know, 69 CFM, something like that, just helping with the cooling process. I don't know if I'll ever go with the liquid cooling. I just have, I don't know, scary thoughts about that, about a hose or something breaking and it gets into any of that liquid, like if it's water or if it's glycol cooling. Now you have all your different colors, but those hoses ever leak or anything, oh my goodness, that'd be the end of your computer. And you can see my little Northbridge cooling fan. That's really all. I don't know how necessary that is to have that on there, but like I say, it's sort of hard to see the motherboard in here because it's so dark, and considering the motherboard itself is jet black, probably doesn't help matters any. The motherboard itself already comes with its own sound system. It comes with its own Intel Ethernet. It's got Bluetooth built into it, Wi-Fi built into it. That little red connection there. It's so hard. There's a black cable that connects it. That's for your front USB 3 connections. I think in the total there are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's a look around the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10. There are 12, 13, 4. Is that right? I gotta count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 14. Count them. There are 14. That's 1, 4 USB ports on this PC. I never even knew that before. 4 of them are USB 3s, and the rest are all standard 2.0 USB. 14 USBs. I mean, wow. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I don't know how many cases have 14 USB ports on them. Like I say, 4 of which are the high-speed USB 3. The USB 3 is just a higher data rate, transfer rate. But yeah, that's pretty much my computer build. No, I'm probably rambling on here. Here's my little stickers on here. I don't know if you can even see that. Powered by the Republic of Gamers. That's the whole motherboard issue with the Asus Rampage 3 Black Edition. There's my Intel core inside. Extreme X990 hex core. That's a 6-core processor. You've heard of dual core, quad core. Well, this is the most powerful processor for a desktop on the planet that you can buy, for normal people, I should say. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like I say, next week I may video a little bit more to show you my upgrade. I'm going to be getting a new monitor, a 24-inch Asus monitor, all, you know, high definition, all that craziness. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. It wasn't too hard putting this in for those of you who are thinking about building your own system. Close this back up. I was, you know, somewhat intimidated at first, but it's like once you start doing it and you understand the inner workings of it, it's just it's not as bad as you may think. It's just putting all the parts in the right places, and you can't help but do that, because the plugs that you plug into everything, most plugs, only one certain plug can plug into that port. You know, it's not like it's rocket science. You know, it can only go in one direction, one location, whether it's your eSATA, your power, and all that for your hard drives, and that's some other things that I could show you, but I just don't want to have to tear my tower apart to show you. But there's these hot swap bays on the other side over here. They're all internalized. They're all wired together already. All you have to do is just click in your eSATA, your data cables. All the wiring is all done for you for all your power. It's only a single cable that you have to hook all these together, but they're all separately wired, so you can, you know, pull your hard drives in and out. I mean, I have a 3 terabyte hard drive, so I've got 5 bays, so I could have a 15 terabyte hard drives if I wanted to. 5 different hard drives. I mean, that's an insane amount of information that you could hold. I mean, I think 3 terabytes is, you know, ridiculous, the amount of information that they hold. But that's my build, even though I really didn't videotape building it. But oh, I forgot to show you. Here's these little antennas here. You see those? That's for the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So my smartphone, and in fact, incidentally, which I'm recording this video on, these are the little antennae. Is that what you say, antennas that grab all this out of the air. So here's my Netgear router, all that, modem. And I don't really have that hooked up right now, even though I tried it once to see what it did, and it discovered my phone instantly and everything on it. I can share with it without even hooking a cable up. For most people that's probably old news, but for me it was pretty awesome. There's another shot of the front of this again, different USBs. Just something to mention to those of you who are thinking about getting the Asus Rampage 3 Black Edition motherboard. You can't go wrong. It's a 1366 socket, X58. One thing about the audio slash Ethernet card that comes with it, the Thunderbolt, is that you have to give up. I'll show you real quick. These two USB ports, which probably aren't coming in too clearly, but they're right here, 1 and 2. These are being used by certain things and connecting just temporarily. But these two are dead on the front because you have to sacrifice those connections in order to hook up, let me open this again real quick, your Thunderbolt. It's just a thing. Again, you can't see in there very well. I need a flashlight probably, but there is the USB connection, which is just a standard USB connection. It's not the USB 3, it's just the 2.0. Between that, you have your audio connection that's here. You can see all the little wire and the plug there, which would normally plug into the motherboard. Does not plug into the motherboard unless you're going to be using this Thunderbolt. I'm almost thinking I might take this Thunderbolt out. The audio on it is ridiculous. It's awesome as can be, but the Ethernet part of it, I really haven't, I guess maybe just I haven't made the right settings yet or tapped into it, but it doesn't seem to be that much different than the Ethernet that Intel already gives you on this board. But this is without a doubt, hands down, the best PC I have ever had. I mean, not that I've had that many great ones. I've always bought, I won't say their name, but off-the-shelf computers, which I will never, ever, ever do again, especially knowing now what is out there and what you can do to computers. Because I'm telling you right now, the amount of money I spent for this PC and to build it, if I were to buy this same one that was already built for online or at a store, would be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. And I didn't spend that much. So what this is worth, I don't know. I'd like to know if anyone out there has a comment about this video once you see it, what you think this PC may be worth between the case and knowing what the CPU is and the RAM. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. The video card, the X58 Asus, the GTX 580, GTX 580 Asus, which is not to be confused with the Matrix, which is the one I want to get. I mean, the one, like I said before, the one I want to get is the Mars 2, but there was only 999 of those ever made in the entire world, so the chances you're going to get one of those is slim to none, not to mention they cost around $1,500. But, let me show you this real quick. Sorry, guys. Filters. How cool is that? Little dust filters. In fact, mine's looking a little dusty. Good Lord. But anyway, there you go. They probably were reducing airflow, you know, cooling this down with these little filters in there, but I think it's pretty cool actually. There's one on the bottom here too, where my bottom air supply is, or my intake fan and my power supply is down there too. There's one at the top here. Move this antenna out of the way. You click this button in the back, and I can't do this with one hand very well, but I popped this up, and there's the big 200 millimeter fan sitting there, which you can always put I was thinking about putting in, it's got all the hookups for a radiator for liquid cooling. I was thinking about the Corsair, I forget the name of it, something 100. It's a self-contained unit. It's a self-contained unit that's a CPU cooler, and it's got the two big 140 fans with the radiator on it, and blows it out. And that's about the furthest I'd probably ever go with the CPU fan, other than using the stock. The Noctua CPU cooling fan is probably the next cooling fan if this one ever went out. The stock fan, I'd probably get the Noctua, if I'm even saying that correctly, but it's a huge, monstrous monster. I don't even know if it would even fit in here, because if you see how this fan, this Noctua I'm talking about, is like enormous. I mean, it would just cover this stock CPU. Oh, you see this other switch here? It says Q and P. If it'll zoom in, probably not. But anyway, trust me, it's a Q and a P. One is for performance and one is quiet. If you can hear it, I'll shut up a second. I'm sure you could hear the difference there in tone. I've been having it ramped up lately for performance. I've been playing some games, and I just get freaked out about the CPU getting too hot. Right now, I am overclocking. I'm going to put this back on performance, even though it probably doesn't need it, but I'm doing it anyway. It is louder, but I'm overclocking at the moment. Nothing extreme, nothing crazy. I'm at 4 gigahertz right now, which is, for that CPU, is pretty much a joke. 4.2, 5 gigahertz is, it could probably easily pull without getting too crazy. I just don't like, especially with this stock fan heat sink. I just don't know how I feel mainly about getting too crazy with it. Considering I'm not, that big time of a computer guy, but I guess there was a world record set with this particular processor of like over 7 gigahertz, although that was special cooling. It was cooled with liquid nitrogen, but they got it up over 7 gigahertz, and that's, again, is just insanity. I mean, it's amazing, the technology today and what you're able to do with things with computer-wise. And so anyways, I guess I'm going to wrap this video up for now, and who knows, maybe I'll take another video in another week or so to show you my upgrade to 24 gigs of memory. Right now, like I say, I have 12 gigs of the Corsair Vengeance, 1600 megahertz. I believe it's it's 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 24 cards, I believe, is what those are. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you for watching my video, and I guess maybe we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.